Web think that this guy was the biggest miserable failure in the world. This week on Click, fooling the search engines. We'll look at ways to get your site to #1 on the rankings, even if it doesn't deserve it. Plus, trying to negotiate the confusing terrain of the camcorder market? Well, our Click Buyer's Guide might help you to find a way out of the woods. Plus, there's all of the latest technology news, and Kate Russell serves up the best of the web in Webscape. Welcome to Click. I'm Spencer Kelly. We've come to expect a lot from search engines. Type in a phrase, and we not only expect them to deliver millions of relevant websites, but we also expect them to give us the best ones first. And woe betide any search engine which makes us click through to page 2 before we find what we want. And generally, they do a good job, but it is possible to fool them. I'll give you an example. Up until recently, if you type the phrase miserable failure into Google, the top search result, above millions of others, was this. Yeah, the official George W. Bush homepage. Now, whatever your own personal views of the man, surely this can't be a genuine search result, can it? Well, to be honest, it's not. And it's not the search engines just having a laugh either. What it is an example of how even the biggest search engines can be manipulated. The web is basically a bunch of pages which all link to other pages. If I was looking for, say, a good used car site, a search engine would first find all the sites that it thought were relevant. Then, crucially, it would need to work out which order to display the results in. How? Well, one of the most important factors in working out how relevant a particular site is to count the number of other sites which link to it. The more references or links there are to a site, the more important it's deemed to be. For example, because lots of people quote and link to the BBC websites, it's seen as relevant and generally a good hit. That's why you'll find the Beeb site ranking quite highly for many search terms. An underground movement of bloggers managed to exploit this fact to create what's known as a link bomb. They encouraged thousands of their peers to include in their blogs a link to the Bush homepage and label that link miserable failure. With thousands and thousands of these links, the main search engine algorithms were fooled into thinking that this was a relevant result for that search term, and Bush was driven to the top of the rankings, whether he wanted to be or not. Bush had been link bombed. Now, in the end, link bombs are usually self-defeating. As they become successful, other popular sites begin to discuss the bombs and end up becoming more popular than the link bomb itself, driving it from the #1 spot. In fact, as the man behind Ask.com says, if action does need to be taken, these things aren't hard to find.
What they're trying to do is to come at the top, to become visible. Every time you become visible, you can be detected.
That's a good point, yeah.
I don't think this is the problem, though. This is just fun. Now, why we don't remove it, or the search engines don't remove it, is because as long as we give relevant results for most of the queries that you type, then we're okay. But the impact of this bombing, as it's called, is minimal. It's almost insignificant. There might be 2 or 3 examples.
Eventually, Google decided to tweak its search algorithm to spot link bombs, and the miserable failure dropped away. On other search engines, however, it still remains fairly high. Whether you agree that it should have been there or not, the link bomb actually achieves something that many businesses would love to do: become the #1 search result in their category.
Marketeers can pay to be in the right-hand side of the Google AdWords. That's paid for advertising, also known as pay-per-click. However, the ideal place to be is in the center of the search results. That's called natural search results. You get 80% of the clicks from the natural results. That is where we all want to be. The way to achieve that is through search engine optimization. This actually requires a number of different skills. You need to optimize your site so that it's as highly visible to search engines as possible. As well as that, you want other important sites linking to your website.
Search engine optimization is big business, and getting anyone in that business to give away the secrets is, well, like getting petty cash out of Click's boss. But here are some tips that we wrestled from Faddy.
The search engines have to realize that what your website is the most important website out there when it comes to a particular topic. That's as simple as that. Now you achieve that by doing a million things. Blogging sites linking to you, other sites linking to you, your content being very rich, having links within your website, having more than 100 pages, for example, is key to getting on the search engine rankings.
Now, sometimes search engine optimization strays into more shady areas. It's something that the search engines are on the lookout for. For example, in February 2006, BMW Germany received a slap on the wrists for this website. On the surface, a nice, attractive front page. The problem was that, hidden behind the pretty pictures, the site was laden with keywords which customers couldn't see, but which search engines could. They were there specifically to boost the rankings. Now, Google has rules to guard against so-called black hat methods. Specifically, don't present different content to search engines than you do to your users. Once discovered, Google blacklisted the site and dropped it from the search results altogether until BMW redesigned the site, which they did extremely hastily. There was a time when you could just fill your site with keywords and it would rank well. But today, it's all about those links.
What do? I look at your site, I analyse it, I change it, I research the marketplace. I go gathering links for you. We try and persuade people to link to us, whether that be via content, whether that be via methods of creating controversy in the marketplace. Marketing. Good old-fashioned marketing.
It's an ongoing battle of sorts between the search engines and the optimizers who'd love to work the system to their clients' advantage, although both sides prefer to call it an uneasy truce.
If they build the right page, it's okay. If they build a great page, it's okay. The problem comes when they really try to cheat you. And that you off.
Search engines and search engine optimizers chat in an informal basis in get-togethers the world over all year round. They like chatting. Search engine optimizers hope to hear a nugget of information from the search engines. And conversely, search engines representatives like to hear a nugget or two of information of what works from the search engine optimizers. It is honestly that simple, and the wise people don't drink beer, and the silly people do.
Your views on this are always welcome. So, if you've seen any interesting link bombs, or if you've got any thoughts on whether search engines should or shouldn't be allowed to bar sites which try and cheat their system, let us know. Email click@bbc.co.uk. Now, news.